This is home for the next 2 nights. It's Nangar National Park, and I'm in the, I can't remember the name of the campsite. There's 9 campsites here. You have to book a $6 booking fee, and there are people up the other end, so I've come down this end where, you know, I'll be on my own. I heard that it's quite unique here, so I wanted to have a look. The weather's just turned blowy. It's also a lot of water crossings, little causeways to get over here, and 1 or 2 of them were sort of getting a little bit deep, so fingers crossed we don't get any rain. I just walked from the campground, which is over there on the side that the other people are, and you can't go very far without crossing these little causeways. So rather than have wet boots, taking my shoes off, I'm going to wade across and then put them back on. And I know this water is just going to be absolutely freezing, and it is. I don't know if you can see, but there's like goats all up there. They're obviously wild. I've come to Chinaman's garden, which in the early 1900s people were looking for copper in this area, and the Chinaman made this garden, and then later on another gentleman, Perk Packham, used it to grow watermelons and tomatoes, and he traded them for sugar, flour and all those sort of things. Oh, and this will be dripping rock. It's doing more than dripping. The story is that this rock is always dripping, pretty much. It has to get super dry, but it should be like a waterfall with all the rain that we've got. Oh. Good morning. My gosh, it is freezing. Well, not freezing enough to put the heater on, but freezing enough to have 3 layers on the top and 2 layers on the bottom. And I'm looking forward to walking up to the lookout today, and there's a homestead to go and see. It's very beautiful, but not really much wildlife. No, all the brochures say that it's teeming with kangaroos and wallabies. And nothing, and I spilt some couscous on the ground last night, and it's all still here. Well, not all, I mean it was about a tablespoon, and it's still there, which is unusual for a national park. Usually you get someone come along and eat it if you drop something. If you want to go to the toilet, it's all the way up there through those bushes, so it would be a long walk if you didn't have your own toilet. I've driven the car down to the Dripping Rock House walk. I could have walked it, it's only about 4 k's, but there's so many water crossings and I just don't want wet feet all day. Originally there was a farmstead here, but that burnt down in September 2009. I went in the first gate and there was no structure there. And then I came up here and you can't actually get in here. It's all locked up, which is sad, but it doesn't look very like it's a trip hazard, they say, but it's still a bit, so I'm sure they could have displayed it a bit better. And this is the Dripping Rock shed. Once a home, then a school, and finally a shearing shed. Okay, so this is the I was following a bird up the hill and then I could see this structure over here, and I've just come, and it must have been the local family dam. Look at this. Not marked. Quite amazing. 3.6 kilometres. It says it's a moderate to steep walk. All right, here we go. We'll see where we end up. It's been straight up for quite a while now. It was beautiful. It was like a false sense of how hard the trail was going to be walking along the bottom of the valley. And now it's just straight up these rocks for who knows how long. There's no markers with how many Ks or anything. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to shim this way because the marker on the other side of the tree's there. I don't like it when I've got a bit of guesswork. This is something, all right. That was really tough. this is it. This is my last morning here, and it's about 7 o'clock. And as you can see, I'm all on my own. I did park here thinking there'd be lots of bird life, and looked like there was lots of trails for wallabies coming through down to the creek, but nothing. Not far out from the exit of the national park and heading in towards town, there was a sign on the side of the road saying historic site. It's the site of the largest gold robbery in Australia. On June 15, 1862, Frank Gardner's gang of Bushrangers, Ben Hall among them, lay in wait behind those granite boulders. The gang fired on the coaches that passed, wounding 2 of the police. The frightened horses bolted and the coach overturned. The Bushrangers ransacked the coach and made off with 2,719 ounces of gold and 3,700 pounds in cash. The closest village to Nengar National Park is the township of Eugowra, and it really is very unique. Not only does it have a donation campsite in the middle of town, and they supply firewood, a dump point and water, but it also just depicts the history of the township through murals on nearly all of the buildings. It's quite a lovely place to walk around and read a bit of history, especially about the Bushrangers, and to see how the town has developed over the years. Well worth a stop, and good little coffee places. Well, that feels like an absolute huge week for me, and I don't know where I'm going next, but I'll see you on the other side.